Good afternoon. This is Miss Armstrong. I'm going to balance a redox equation from your WebAssign. Hopefully it will help you see how you balance a full redox equation by breaking it into two half reactions. So this is the one we're going to balance, and the first half I'm going to break it into is going to be the CR part. So I'll do CR2O7 2 minus goes to CR3 plus. The first thing I look at are all the elements except for O and H. There are two C's on the left-hand side and one C on the right-hand side, so I need to balance the ones on the right-hand side by putting a 2 in front of it. And now I need to balance the O's, and on the left-hand side there are 7 O's, so on this side I need to add some waters, and I'll need to add 7 waters, because that'll give me 7 O's. Once I add those waters, it lands me with some H's. In fact, it is 7 times 2 is 14 H's. So on the other side, I will add 14 H pluses, because that's the rule. You balance the H's by adding H pluses, because it's an acidic solution. That's what is acidic. And now I need to balance the charge. The charge is the most fun part of all. So on this side, we have 14 plus and a 2 minus. So 14 plus and a 2 minus in my head add up to a 12 plus. And on this other side I have a 2 times a 3 is a 6 plus, and a 7 times a 0 is 0. Let me write that out. So this side has a 6 plus. So far these two sides are not equal. I need them to be equal, and the only thing I can do is add negative electrons. If I add electrons to this side, that number will never become close to plus 12. So where I need to add electrons is on this side, and I need to add enough negatives such that it adds up to a 6 plus. I believe that is 6 electrons that I need to add to this side. Now let me work on erasing some of this stuff. Erase the mace. Oh, mercy. I am still trying to figure out how to do some of this. Erase, erase, erase. Where did you go, eraser? Now I'm going to balance the I half of the reaction. So the I minus goes to I2. We balance all the elements except for O and H, and we look at the I's. Here is one I. On this side is 2 I's. So over here we need 2 I's. Now that gives me 2 times 1 is a 2 minus. And over here I have a 1 that's unwritten in front of here, times 0, which is unwritten, which gives me 0. So the charge on the right-hand side is 0, but the charge on this is negative 1. And we need to have them be equal. We can only add negatives. So if we add negatives to this side, it'll be equal. And it makes sense, because in our first equation we had E's on the left-hand side, and the second equation they must be on the opposite side, which in this case is on the right-hand side. So I will add 2 E's, which makes 2 minus, and that equals the 2 minus on that side. So we're finished balancing the two half reactions. Now we got to combine them together. But before we combine them together, we have to see if our E's are equal. In this equation we have 6E, and in the pink equation we have 2E. They're not equal. They have to be equal because in the final addition of all the half reactions, the E's must cancel out. Well, we can get them to be equal because 2 and 6 have something in common. They have 6 in common. We can multiply this whole thing by 3 to get it to be 6. So we'll do that. So we will change that to a 6 because we multiplied by 3. We'll change that one to a 3, and then we'll change that one to a 6. Now we will add the half reactions. Let's see if we can look at what this would be like. It's going to be that on the left-hand side, and on the right-hand side it's going to be, sorry, not the E part. It's going to be that added up, because the E's will actually cancel out, and we don't have them in the final answer. So this is what the final answer should look like. 14H plus CR2O7 2 minus plus 6I minuses, arrow, 2Cr3 plus 7 waters plus 3 I2s. Now we can check the final product, and it should balance by elements and balance by charge. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at H's. I have 14 H's on this side. 7 times 2 is 14. That's good. 2 CRs, 2 CRs. 7 O's, 7 O's. 6 I's, 3 times 2 is 6 I's. Now let's do the charge. The charge can be persnickety. So I have 14 plus. I'm going to write this down because I can't keep it in my head so well. And then we have 1 times 2 minus is a 2 minus, and 6 times 1 minus is a 6 minus. Those add up to an 8 minus, and 14 and 8 make a 6 plus. Let's hope this equals the other side. 2 times 3 is a 6 plus. That's 0, that's 0. Woohoo! It equals out. So that is your final equation. On a web assign, you have to put in the states of matter, which is kind of a pain, but I know you can do it. Good luck.